we're into the game. This is going to be awesome. Everybody, it's the semifinals, second semifinals. We're spawning directly on top of Clash.ZaiZai, who's going to be the red Zerg in the bottom right. And with that, I need to change my overlay because I have those wrong colors up. Whoops-a-daisies.
You're using the SC2 or starboard, whatever.
Yep, starboard.
Yeah, I've been too lazy to put that on just because it's a best of one. And just for everybody else, his opponent, the purple Zerg, spawning in the, let's call it 10 o'clock position, is OpTiK.coyote.
Yep, really strong players. I mean, Clash and OpTiK are two very, very high quality teams. I mean, Clash has a really... Huh?
Very much so good teams.
Yeah, I mean, Clash has a lot of top players. I mean, Panther is up there. We see him up on the GM ladders, or playing as GMs at least. There are players like Drone and Sky, which are a lot less known, but both of those guys are two incredibly strong Zergs, and they can do so much damage. I believe Clash has also picked up Shu, who's a very strong Protoss player. He used to be on Lazarus Gaming, I believe. Yeah, he was with Response, Zelnik, and all those guys.
Yeah, both players joining up a lot. Before their pool, so we did just see they're both going for the 14-14.
No, ZaiZai's hatching first.
Or Coyote is at least. I just assumed ZaiZai was too, just because of the timing. Hatch first on this map I really don't like.
Why's that?
Just because the Overlord knows if you're not in close air, like this, they don't have to send a drone to scout where you are, so they can just put some link pressure on pretty early. Although since he did go for that 14-14, it's okay. It's just like if your opponent 12 pulls you, you pretty much lose. If you hatch first on this map.
No, you don't.
It's pretty tough to hold on this map, I think.
All you have to do is micro your drones a little bit, buy a little time, and as long as you don't lose more than 2 drones, you're pretty much even, if not more ahead. You still have a lot of larvae available for you, and assuming you don't do what ZaiZai just did, actually, which is the speedling build after the hatch first, your timing of your pool is actually surprisingly okay. You only need to buy somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds or something, if that, to actually get your lings to pop. Plus, you'll have the queen when they're coming in anyway, and there's no way for your opponent to actually be able to overrun you with the lings because of the long rush distance.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I don't know. I guess it's sort of it's a weird situation.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really control based. Like it's risky. It's I guess how I'd put it. You have to have really good control to pull it off.
Yeah, it's easy to botch, which is incredibly true. I have seen players botch it, but I have to say I've literally seen just like a speedling build on Steps of War of all maps. Hold a 8 pool all in, pull all your drones, and drop down 3 spine crawlers. So
I hate the build so much.
Pretty much anything can be defended with early game ZVZ if you're just good enough.
And here we do see that OpTiK.coyote going for the same build he went for last game, getting that hatchery immediately upon his lings popping. And his speed going to be finished momentarily, so these lings will be alright. Probably won't lose any of them. Oh, nope, he turned around, so he is going to lose them.
Yeah.
That was not smart.
What's really good for ZaiZai, though, is that he literally took 0 losses.
Yeah, the losses are now 1 ling versus nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Both players extractor tricking, so they took a little losses there, too.
Yeah, but I mean, that's 6 minerals. I mean, that's just... Yeah. I always laugh when you see buildings get canceled because they have 0 units lost, but resources are then lost.
Yeah.
It's just amusing. But we are about to see an Overlord get killed. Coyote's going to get a very nice pick off with that.
Yeah, losing those Overlords is so huge early game. And, wow, Coyote's money got really high there for a second. It was up at 500.
That's actually really, really odd.
Yeah.
He hasn't built another queen at his natural...
Queen! Way out of position. What are you doing? Go home. Go home.
Well, he's actually going just for a big Linga Baneling thing, so he may not actually worry about having that queen out of position. This hatchery at his natural is basically functioning as a macro hatch as of right now. He's getting a few more drones, but we'll see how many drones and lings will actually commit to the attack, because this is a large force of lings hitting ZaiZai right now.
He actually has the drone lead right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too. I wouldn't have thought with the Banelings and the Spinecrawler that he would. Yeah, but both players are actually getting Baneling nests. And 5 more drones are coming out now for OpTiK.coyote. So that will give him the drone lead in a moment.
Yep, there it is. There's that drone lead. But actually, a really big thing that Coyote did was
Baneling coming out. Let's see. He does see it, so he is pulling away now.
Yeah, he forced defensive banelings from ZaiZai, which is a big deal because that's just banelings
Yeah.
that are just so much slower, and it gives Coyote a
Yeah.
lot more time to pick them off as they try and come up.
Yeah, Baneling takes so long to walk across the map. We do see a Roach Warren coming down from Coyote now. So it is going to be that standard Ling Bane Roach. Two gases, only one being mined. There we do see he starts mining his second gas now.
Yeah, and actually, an interesting deviation that ZaiZai is going for his Evo Chamber, as
Oh,
opposed.
Baneling about to... Ooh, no. Picking it off just in time. Looks like that Baneling was going to get a huge hit on Coyote's Lings.
Yeah. But yeah, Zatsu going for an Evo Chamber is definitely an interesting move. He's rushing for the missile attack before he can get his Roach Warren up, which is a really key thing that shows that he wants to get to the mid game, the late game, that's his strong point. That's what he's setting up for, and all he wants to do is survive the early game.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Ooh, Baneling's getting decent hits there.
Very nice hits. So that means that actually not only kills the Lynx, but it denies scouting. It prevents ZaiZai from seeing this halfway done lair, which is a huge deal. Especially with Coyote having these third and fourth gases, he's just completely missing the fact that mutas are going to be hitting him in a few minutes.
Yeah, so he's going for the same boat as he went for last time. But the important thing to note is he did see the Roach Warren, so that's going to definitely throw him off.
There was
Big
another
Baneling hit there.
huge Baneling.
Yeah. So the Roach Warren did get scouted though, so that might actually throw ZaiZai off and make him a little bit more complacent about these mutas. But it looks like he's going for mutas of his own, as he is dropping those large number of spine cars. Pretty stereotypical of 2-base muta.
Yeah, and he got a faster third gas, but he hasn't even taken his fourth yet. He may be going for a delayed muta, but in the end, it could be more mutas as far as that first initial spawn goes. But I'm just worried about the timing difference because the Spire is already down for Coyote and making progress.
Actually, it looks like he's going to be going for... He might be going for Hydras, which would be weird. Since he did throw down a third macro hatch. It would be weird, but it might work. Like, the spine crawlers are throwing me off. Was he worried about a Roach Ling all-in or something?
He could actually be just preparing for more Lings, because the Lings are very inexpensive, and with a very well-saturated 2 base, you can't spend all your money with only 2 hatches.
That is true.
I don't know, but the third base is now gone down for Coyote, and is blatantly being seen by ZaiZai.
The Spire is going to get scouted now.
Oh, really now?
Or not. Infestation pit coming out. Did he see that Spire?
Oh,
He did.
He
Okay.
did?
If he clicked on it. If he clicked on it, he saw it.
That's the big thing. But honestly, with the layer right next to it and the size of it, he may still assume Spire. He's throwing down his own third, but this is very vulnerable to those mutas. Roach,
Yeah.
Yeah, Roaches can't shoot up, and that's what's going over to defend that third.
Yeah, I would actually cancel that third if I were ZaiZai and wait until I get some infestors out.
He may try and be greedy and keep it up because the potential benefit is huge. And he may think that it may be worth the risk. It's just a matter of what he feels comfortable with. But the fact that Coyote's going to have a third up uncontested is big.
And Coyote here denying vision of these 2 overlords. Which is something he did not do, that I've seen players not do. Like, I've seen players just leave the overlords alone to try and get there a little bit quicker. And we do see that he will have a spore crawler up in his base by the time the mutas get there. And he does cancel that third base. He just tried to be greedy, but realizing it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, and this actually puts ZaiZai in a really awkward position. We see he's pretty much behind in most counts. The one thing that he really has going for him is the fact that the +2 missile tax will be out fairly soon, and he has infestors. But as far as his anti-air goes, he needs perfect fungals if he's going to actually engage properly.
And Coyote actually splitting his mutas up, but they're on a move command.
Actually,
what were they doing?
One got picked off.
Yeah,
That's
they were on a
weird.
move command over here. What was he doing with that? It was weird. Looks like he lost 2 from his initial mutas.
Yeah. What's really interesting
Probably
though
just
is
a misclick.
I don't know, but Coyote's actually not building any more mutas, which I like a lot. To actually.
Yeah, that actually seems like a good decision in this case.
Yeah.
He actually did this last game in his ZBT. He switched over to Infestor Ultra very quickly. Like, after his initial wave of mutas, he didn't get any more.
Honestly, but think about how much that actually does for you on an analytical level. It forces a lot of anti-air. You invest a lot early on, but if you keep those mutas alive, their presence is never going to diminish, and it continues to force your opponent to be wary of taking those bases, worry about being able to defend them. Because ZaiZai seems like he's literally going to just prepare for a big two-base all-in push.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point.
He's got 7 queens out, which is ridiculous. And he's
But he
gonna-
is making the mistake of spreading these overlords out too far. I think he was a little overextending them there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the queen support is key if he wants to continue moving in. But he's he's hiding the infestors with them being burrowed.
they do have that ripple effect, so if he's paying attention, he probably stalled it. But that's a really hard effect to see.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's harder to see than the overlord or the ultralisk or DTs, the DT effect.
There we go.
Like way harder to see.
Yeah.
Huge fungal on the mutas.
Yeah, very.
Only getting
very
about
nice.
half of them.
Very nice movie.
Gotta have to be careful to split these mutas up.
Yeah.
They're
There's still a lot of queens for anti-air though. Oh, Coyote's completely bunched up in a bad spot to attack, but now he's going to start clerking up around that ramp. ZaiZai's got a huge amount of numbers though, and take a look at the infestors here. Got a nice fungal on those mutas.
Yeah. These mutas. Oh, dropping infested Terrans though, not the best. I don't know if that was the best use of resources there.
Oh, it is. They do so much DPS. Look at the fact that these mutas are being forced to move away. They're all on red. Queens are still here to attack, and that is big. ZaiZai is about to crush Coyote moving in here. Coyote's taking a lot of losses.
Yeah, this is pretty over. I mean, it's gonna be very tough to hold unless these mutas like magically don't die.
We've got the infested Terrans are now gone. 2 queens
But
here,
two queens
full
pull those
health.
up. And that is going to be GG.
Yeah, can't imagine much that Coyote can really do. He's bringing a couple lings, but when the roaches outnumber the lings, that's bad
Yeah.
news for the lings.
You need about 6 lings for every roach to even have a chance.
But then I don't know. But without any upgrades, but there's the GG. Good luck in the tourney. Very nice manner. Coyote and ZaiZai will be going up against TSL Human in the finals.
Yeah, looking like it's gonna be an interesting best of 3 ZVZ.